RC and RLC circuits. Let's discuss regarding RC circuits. Consider an RC circuit with R and C in series as shown in figure 1.13a. Figure 1.13a shows RC circuit with a current I with R and C in series and B the relevant J notation. Let E, EC and ER be the RMS voltages across the source, capacitance C and resistance R. From figure 1.13b we have ER is equal to I times R, which is in phase with current I. EC is equal to I times XC, which lags behind the current by an angle of 90 degree. Therefore, E is equal to ER plus EC, which is equal to I times R minus J into I times XC. Therefore, E is equal to I times Z, where Z is equal to R minus J into XC is called the vector impedance of the circuit. The magnitude and direction of vector Z is given by Z is equal to square root of R square plus XC square, and theta is equal to tan inverse of XC by R, which implies vector Z is equal to magnitude of Z. Here theta is the angle by which E lags behind the current I. Since I and E are sinusoidals having a phase difference of theta, let's suppose that the instantaneous EMF E and current I are given by E is equal to Em times sine of omega t and I is equal to Im times sine of omega t plus theta, where Im and Em, which is equal to Im times the magnitude of impedance Z, are the respective amplitudes of I and E. Following the analysis in the previous subsection, the total real power P of the AC circuit is P is equal to Em into Im divided by 2 times cos theta, which can be written as P is equal to Ei cos theta, where cos theta is called the power factor of RC circuit as mentioned before. Thus, power factor, that is the ratio of true power to the apparent power, is given by power factor is equal to cos theta, which is equal to Ei cos theta divided by Ei, which is equal to true power divided by apparent power as defined before. Let's discuss regarding RLC circuits. Consider an RLC circuit with R and C and L in series as shown in figure 1.14. Let E, ER and EC be the RMS voltages across the source, resistance R, capacitance C and the inductance L as in figure 1.14. Figure 1.14 gives the RLC series circuit and the vector diagram of the voltages or EMFs. In figure 1.14 we have ER is equal to I into R, which is in phase with the current I. EL is equal to I times XL, which leads the current by an angle of 90 degree. EC is equal to I times XC, lagging behind the current I by an angle of 90 degree. Therefore, E is expressed as ER plus EL plus EC. Substituting for ER, EL and EC in E, we get E is equal to I into R plus J times I XL minus J times I XC. Therefore, E is equal to I times Z, where Z is equal to R plus J times XL minus XC, which is the impedance of the circuit as seen in figure 1.15. Figure 1.15 gives the RLC series impedance, which is a vector diagram. Figure 1.16 gives the real and complex components of power. The true power is nothing but the real component of EI, and the imaginary, that is J component, EI, is the reactive power. The magnitude and direction of vector Z is given by vector Z is equal to magnitude of Z, where magnitude of Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square, and theta is equal to tan inverse of XL minus XC divided by R. Here, theta is the angle by which E differs from that of current I and is positive or negative depending on the relative magnitude of XL and XC. Following the discussions in the previous two subsections, the power factor of the circuit is given by cos theta. From the above discussions, we know that EI, which is greater than or equal to real power. As we see from figure 1.16, this is true since EI is made of two components, namely EI cos theta, which is called the real component, and EI sin theta, which is the imaginary component. The imaginary term is known as reactive power. Thus, the real power always tends to be less than or equal to apparent power. Thank you.